Reports are coming out that Kamala Harris is accepting crypto donations, but when you go to her website, there's no feature to do so. Who's lying here? And we got big attacks against the crypto industry from the SEC, CFTC, and even the Federal Reserve with Operation Choke Point 2.0. I'll share the details of all three of these. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as a thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, some quick metrics I want to share with you all because I like to look at the market holistically. Right now, the price is not great. There's not a lot happening, but data is showing us that stablecoin supply is increasing. Whales are buying the dip. So here we got reports today from Whale Alert that 100 million in USDC stablecoin was minted at the Treasury. And it came in two batches, one for 50 million and the other for 50 million. So these are things I pay attention to, whether the stablecoin supply is going up, if the Bitcoin whales are buying, what's happening in the macro and so forth. So we are seeing the stablecoin supply going up, meaning this liquidity will be used to buy the dip. And that's very bullish, as I think many of these whales and smart money are anticipating higher highs coming, that we're not done. This bull market's not done. And, we're closing shop and it's now a bear market. That's not the case. Also important to highlight is that the Bitcoin bulls were able to successfully defend support at the $56,100 price point. So as I said in yesterday's podcast and even the newsletter, we have to survive September. It's going to be rocky. It's going to be bloody. So be patient. If you are able to, obviously try to buy the dip, not financial advice. That's what I'm doing. But guys, be patient. We just got to get through this month. And then I think come October and the start of Q4, we're going to start to see the markets move significantly. So once again, be patient. All right, guys, we got news today that Kamala Harris apparently is using Coinbase to accept crypto donations. This is being reported by Fortune magazine, and the source of that is Coinbase's CFO. So I went to Kamala Harris's website, and guess what? I only see the option to donate via Venmo, Google Play, PayPal. There's nothing here that says you can donate with crypto. So something's up here. It's really weird. I don't know who's lying. And we haven't heard one word from Kamala Harris. I tweeted out about this news saying, okay, if she accepts crypto donations, if she is indeed, and I don't know where or how, but will she actually come out and state her crypto policy and support crypto? We have not heard one word, and she has not put a stop to Gary Gensler and Elizabeth Warren from attacking the industry. We see the attacks are coming in. Gary just last week sent a Wells notice to OpenSea. So the nonsense continues. So Kamala Harris is dropping the ball here, and I think many folks are starting to get impatient. I'm not saying that I want Kamala Harris to support crypto so I can vote for her. That's not my point. As I've been telling you guys, we need bipartisan support to get crypto regulations through. Remember, 71 Democrats joined the Republicans in the House to pass the FIT21 bill. The Republicans couldn't do it by themselves. And that's the same thing they're going to have to do to get it through the Senate. So we need Kamala Harris to support crypto to get this issue off the table. It shouldn't be an election issue. Now, Trump, you got to give him credit. He's all out. He's clear on what he's doing. He said he will fire Gary Gensler and he's going to support this industry. I just wish Kamala Harris would come out and state where does she stand? And I don't understand what the hell is happening with this crypto donation thing here. This seems to be a big lie. I don't know if the Coinbase CFO is lying or Kamala Harris's team lied to him. I don't know what's going on, but this is pretty shady. Now, guys, we got a series of attacks against the industry. We're going to start with the SEC first, and then we're going to go to the CFTC and then the Federal Reserve. So the SEC charges crypto-focused advisory firm Galos Capital for custody failures. And folks, they're charging him with custody failures because they were storing funds at FTX. And everyone is like, wait, wasn't Gary Gensler meeting with Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX officials were at the SEC's office like every month? Wasn't Gary working on that special broker-dealer license for FTX that he gave to Prometheum? and the SEC didn't do their due diligence, didn't do any type of investigation, and you're suing companies for using FTX. This is ridiculous. And this is where you see these regulatory agencies and government agencies have gone rogue. I mean, hypocrisy, lies, unlawful activities, and we've seen the unlawful activities from the SEC. So Adam Cochran weighed in saying the SEC suing a fund for storing funds in FTX is wild. Sure, the fund allegedly failed to keep funds with a valid custodian, but the SEC also failed to identify the largest fraud in history, even when actively engaged with and investigating FTX, which is why anyone lost funds. He's absolutely right. Maybe if Gary hadn't been so focused on random ICO projects and had stopped a $20 billion fraud instead of trying to befriend him for a job, then they wouldn't be in this mess. Adam is 100% right here, right, folks? Even Kristen Smith, head of the Blockchain Association, weighed in on this, saying, another day, another attempt by the SEC to drive the crypto ecosystem offshore. The SEC claims Galos Capital failed to comply with the custody rule. Galos settled, but it's worth digging into the custody rule and how the SEC uses it to discourage investments in crypto. Galos Capital held crypto tokens with a digital asset firm, but not one that the SEC counts as a qualified custodian. The problem is that the SEC designated qualified custodians rarely support crypto tokens. In other words, the SEC has made it impossible for investment advisors to comply with its own rules. They are asked to custody crypto assets with a qualified custodian, but qualified custodians do not generally support crypto assets. And she's of course, referencing like SOB 121, which prevents banks from being able to hold these things. Faced with this reality, investment advisors try their best to find a solution that protects clients' assets, only to get hit with SEC charges and fines. So she continues here, but I think you get the gist of the hypocrisy and the lies of the SEC. Now let's move ahead to the Fed. So Caitlin Long highlighted here another bank, another enforcement action. So we see pro-crypto banks, those that are working with crypto firms, are getting attacked via the Operation Choke Point 2.0. And the Federal Reserve put out a press release today about it. And it's apparently the United Texas Bank based in Dallas, Texas. Now, on that note, Paul Grewal, he and the folks at Coinbase sent a FOIA litigation against the FDIC. And he said, today we filed this notice of anticipated motion. In short, the public is entitled by law to every letter the FDIC sent to any financial institution suggesting that they indefinitely pause crypto-related activities. We appreciate the court's consideration. So let's see what comes out of this. And the reason all this is happening, folks, is Elizabeth Warren. When I was in DC back in May, I spoke to some people and they told me she has staffers everywhere and she got that head of the financial services, so to speak, job, because she made a deal with Biden that, hey, I'm going to drop out of the race, but give me this role. So she's pulling the strings at the Fed, at the Treasury, at the SEC, at the CFTC, and everywhere, guys. She's got her cronies everywhere. And I heard this from some reputable folks in DC. So that's what's happening here. If you're wondering, oh, is Jerome Powell waking up saying, oh, let's go cut off banking to the crypto asset class? No, right? It's Elizabeth Warren making the calls, and she has that power right now. And of course, we know she controls Gary Gensler. So that is what's happening here, folks. That's why you see all these attacks and unlawful moves and lies and, like I said, hypocrisy. So the next news was the CFTC issues order against Uniswap Labs for offering illegal digital asset derivatives trading. Now, Uniswap is a decentralized exchange, and they're not only getting hit by the CFTC, but also the SEC. However, one of the commissioners at the CFTC, specifically Commissioner Mersinger, she dissented based on this move by the CFTC. And Alexander Grieve highlighted the following: worth noting that Commissioner Mersinger is one of the leading candidates for a CFTC chair under a Trump admin. So I think we're seeing the political lines here, folks, and it's really frustrating. We need both Democrats and Republicans to support crypto together, but we'll get there. We got to get past these hurdles. And I know a lot of you are going to comment, that's why you got to vote for Trump. And I'm not here to tell people who to vote for necessarily, because I know the presidential election involves more than crypto. So I like to be a neutral party reporting the news and let you guys make your decisions accordingly. So as you see, I criticize Kamala Harris. That doesn't mean that I'm telling you don't go vote for her, because I don't know what you're voting for her regarding, right? And but I will tell you what I feel is wrong, and what she needs to do better. So that's my approach in bringing you guys the news. And on the note of elections, guys, John Deaton has won the primary, guys. He's a Republican nominee in the state of Massachusetts. And even Mark Cuban highlighted here, congrats to John Deaton, only one W to go. So he's going up against Elizabeth Warren. So, like I said before, in the presidential election, it's a bit different. But when it comes to John Deaton in Massachusetts, vote for John, folks. So congrats to John. That's a big win. Folks, quick word from our sponsor, and that is Uphold, which is one of the top crypto exchanges that I've been using for years. I started using them since back in 2018. They have Bitcoin and all the top altcoins. They have 260 plus cryptocurrencies, and they're available in over 150 countries, guys. And Uphold has many great features. You can also trade precious metals on this platform, such as gold, silver, palladium, and platinum. They are fully reserved. You can go review their transparency reports. They don't commingle or lend out your funds, and they have some great features. They are actually launching a great product coming very soon, which I'll reveal to you guys. But like I said, I've been using this platform for years. I can vouch for it. So if you'd like to learn more, visit the link in the description. Now, folks, next week, we got a big hearing around DeFi. So the Financial Committee, or the House Financial Committee, GOP, has officially rescheduled their hearing on DeFi for next Tuesday, September 10th. The hearing was originally scheduled for July, but got pushed back till after the August recess. So the folks at the Digital Chamber said they're going to do a summary on this, but this is interesting. More hearings about crypto. And if you caught my interview with Cody Carbone of the Digital Chamber this morning, there's a hearing coming up with Gensler is going to have to appear. Actually, two hearings. So let's see what Gensler is going to have to say. Be sure to check out that interview. Now, folks, final news item here. Samsung is getting ready to invest and back Sony's blockchain. So I've been telling you guys about Sony's Ethereum layer 2 called Sonium. Sony's also building a crypto exchange in Japan. So now you got Samsung saying, hey, we want to participate. So you are seeing a lot of these legacy tech companies getting involved in crypto. And I hope you recognize what's happening here. This is big. They're not doing it for fun. They're not doing it to lose money. They want to make money. They see what's on the horizon, and they want to stay ahead of the curve. They don't want to get disrupted. So Samsung next invests in Startail Labs, enhancing blockchain capabilities for seamless decentralized application development. Partnership focuses on Astar Network, Sonium, Startail Cloud Services, reducing entry costs and technical barriers. So big news here, folks. These are big names, big power players in the tech space. I mean, you probably have devices in your house that are Samsung or Sony, right? And they are getting involved with blockchain and crypto. Pretty incredible stuff. All right, folks, let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Also, be sure to sign up for my free email newsletter on Substack, 100% free. Link will be in the description. Also, be sure to grab a copy of my book, Rethinking Crypto. It's available on Amazon in paperback and digital, also on barnesandnobles.com. And grab a copy to support the podcast. Grab a few copies for your friends and family who want to learn about crypto. This will make a great gift. It covers crypto's past, present, and future. It includes tips for investing. So it's very good for people who are new and want to know what the hell happened with FTX and why is Wall Street here launching ETFs, what is tokenization, and much more. And if you bought a copy already, folks, please leave a rating and review. It will really help me out. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.